But I really did it because I knew it was going to be my last chance to ever have a full head of hair that they gave me to wear, and a beard. So I did it. Thank you for all the kind mentions that I've gotten tonight from the folks who follow law and order. Some people say that they watch me Monday nights, and some say Tuesday nights, and some say Wednesday nights, and of course it occurred to me that's why they watch it. They can't avoid it. It's on all the time. But you know, I had kind of a tough time getting that job. I had a heck of a time convincing them that I was from New York. But they finally bought it. We had a good time together. Folks, we're a bit down politically right now, but I want to tell you, I think tonight that we're on the comeback trail, and it's going to start tonight right here. What better place to start than the Commonwealth, where all this freedom stuff started in the first place, that led the rest of the nation to the most prosperous nation, the freest nation, the most powerful nation in the history of the world. What better place to start than right here at the Virginia firewall, which is what you serve for us and will continue to. That's going to take us from the State House this year to the White House next year. Of course, when I say us to the White House, you know I mean collectively us right there. I think you might even say that out here in Virginia, we're in the hunt for a red November. What do you think? I think that you can be serious without taking yourself too seriously. And that's the way I try to live my life. And when you start thinking about things that we're all thinking about now and trying to leave our country that we inherited to the next generation in better shape than the way we received it, it makes you think about a lot of serious things. And I want to talk about with you some of those things tonight. It makes me go back, first of all, to the early days when I was in college in Memphis, Tennessee, and I had a family and a job and a loan and a whole lot of hope. And it's the first time I was really exposed to the world of ideas. First of all, I learned that all those conversations we had back home in my kitchen table, that they didn't really originate with us. Sometimes we were talking politics and government, that they'd been thought of, in some cases, a few hundred years ago. But I always had an interest in government. I always had an interest in the ideas and the philosophy behind what we were and what we did as a nation. And I looked at the Declaration of Independence, saw where they talked about certain rights not coming from anybody's government. Certain rights came from God. Looked at the Constitution and how it was set up, the separation of powers, checks and balances, the federal system, where the federal government's given certain specific rights and the rest are reserved to the states and to the people. All of it premised on the notion of freedom. Freedom for the individual, which our forefathers valued among everything else. And then I picked up a little book one day, in about my third year of college, I guess. It's a little book called Conscience of a Conservative by Barry Goldwater. Some of you might remember it. And he talked about those things. And he talked about how easy it was to get off the path of first principles that had been laid down for us, and how we'd strayed a bit, and how we needed to get back and what we needed to do. And you know what he said, rang like a church bell on a clear night to a young man like me. It wasn't just what he said, it was the way he said it. I looked at him and I could tell he was a man who was speaking what he knew to be the truth in his own mind. And that was very important to a young man looking at somebody talking, a politician from the next generation. So when he got the standard for the Republican Party that year, I was hooked. The die was cast. And although we didn't have much luck that year, He had some unpopular ideas at the time. I was off. Went on to law school, came back to my little hometown in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, started a little two-man law office, started the first Young Republicans group in that little Democratic town in Middle Tennessee. And became the first Republican in my family.